Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Accountex 2022, which from the point of this recording has just wrapped. And we're going to be talking about what we learned from there, and especially what the history of QuickBooks, or what the future of QuickBooks is going to be all about. So join me as we learn what Accountex 2022 has in store for QuickBooks Online. Hello, my name is Aaron Patrick. I'm a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer, fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, and also head of accounts here at Bookkeeping. Now today we're going to be talking about the world of Accountex 2022. I have just come back from there and I want to go through what I've learned in terms of what the future of QuickBooks and the future of accountancy and bookkeeping is going to be all about. Because that's what these conventions are all about. When you look about what's in store at Accountex at any point, and we'll make sure we can see a little video of what's going on, we'll plug that into this point. But as we go through what's installed, and you'll notice that there's all these talks and there's all this kind of information that's going to be thrown at you, and also all these exhibitors that are here as well. Well, the whole point is to kind of give you some inspiration and give you some ability to be able to improve the way that you deliver your accounting services. That's the nutshell of what this accountancy show is all about. Now, if that's what the nutshell is, then really we should be understanding what it's trying to tell us and maybe try and predict what the future holds. Now, first of all, let's talk about QuickBooks itself. QuickBooks were there. They were in one of the prominent stands, as they always are. They're in the top right-hand corner, and they had their own little theatre as well. And if you kind of go through some of the topics that they were talking about during this theatre, it was ProAdvisor MTD tool to power up your practice. One of the things I would say about this event, which was really good for me to see, was the fact that actually MTD, Making Tax Digital, wasn't as prominent as I worried it was going to be. I almost thought when I first kind of was thinking about going to Accountex that this year was going to be the MTD show. Thankfully it wasn't, and that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong, MTD is going to be a huge change for us, but that doesn't mean we should just prevent any other form of innovation. MTD should be something that actually pushes us forward as a profession and gives us an opportunity to help clients more. It shouldn't be something that we're worried about for the next 5-6 years, and that's all we talk about. Thankfully, MTD wasn't as prominent as it first thought. Then we had QuickBooks Accounts Year-End Tax Preparation and Corporation Tax within QuickBooks Online. Very interesting to see there, and we've done videos on that and books to tax and how that works. Then it was a concentration on payroll, payments with QuickBooks, which I've got more to talk about in a moment, ProAdvisor MTD tools to power up your practice, so we rehashed that again. Then we went back to QuickBooks Year-End Corporation Tax again, and then QuickBooks Online getting ready for MTD and make your practice payroll work for you. So we kind of rehashed a few. Day 2, we went through a couple of those things again, rehash, and rehash, so nothing new on there. But what I found more important than the QuickBooks stand itself, and it was great to see them there, and if you were there, hopefully you got to see the fact that there were some really nice demonstrations on there. You might have recognised a few of those demonstrations because that was my videos that were being played. And also there was an opportunity there to talk about some of the new things that are happening and how that's going to progress and what's next going forward. So it was really worthwhile and definitely something that I was happy to kind of see, and really happy to see that it was embraced. And what the nicest thing about the whole event was that there was a lot of appetite for people learning, understanding and going forward, which hopefully means that QuickBooks Connect won't be virtual next year, it'll actually be physical, which will be great. It gives opportunity for people like yourself to come and say hello and talk, and I think that's going to be really, really beneficial. Speaking of which, if you were one of the people who came up to me during the actual event and said hello, really, really grateful for that. It was nice to see so many people who kind of recognised myself and everything else. And, you know, if you were someone who didn't come and say hello, next time, do come along. I'll be at the Digital Accountancy Show, which is not long from this video being released. So if you do have an opportunity to come down to that, do say hello. Got a little speaking bit as well on one of the panels, so it'd be great for you to join on that. But I digress, let's get back on with what we learned from Accountex 2022. One of the big key takeaways that I took away from it was actually there is so much innovation going on in the apps below the likes of QuickBooks and everything else. Now, QuickBooks itself, Xero, Free Agent, Sage, those kind of highest tier, top tier bookkeeping solutions, their innovation lately has been fine. It's been brilliant. They have some promises in the pipeline that look really, really exciting. There's some promise in the pipeline that seems maybe not coming into fruition, and we'll talk about that in a future video. But ultimately, it's a case that they're just refining their product and making their product as good as it possibly can be, which is not a bad thing at all. The more we can get kind of stability, the more we can kind of leverage off that, and that becomes your staple software, the better it's going to be for everyone else. But thankfully, outside of that ecosystem, or part of the ecosystem, which is in the kind of credit to what QuickBooks has built, means that all the other kind of platforms and all the startups and all the smaller independent software providers out there are utilizing that QuickBooks platform and building it on top of there. And I think that's where we're going to see a brilliant bit of innovation coming your way. As an example, if we look at the exhibition list and we go down what was here and what was there and what they were talking about, unfortunately there was a lot of percentage of there that just wasn't interesting in for us. So we had a lot of percentage of these people here which were basically for items that wasn't really relevant to everybody. A large percentage of outsourcing, which, you know, outsourcing is a huge part of the accounting industry at the moment. I'm not necessarily you know, I personally wouldn't make a decision on my outsourcing based on a convention. There was also a lot of software to do with crypto, which personally I don't see the only need for kind of bringing in crypto enabled software at this point in time. Majority of that battle is with you or people trying to make sure that whatever platform that people are using crypto and trading on crypto is giving the reports we need. That's the biggest fight at the moment. But then when you look to the rest of them, if you took away your big parties, like we said, your Xeros, your QuickBooks, and everything else, we had some really great innovations there. So some of the people that we definitely need to do more on this channel promoting are your partners that really do look at innovating and pushing forward. We've got chats with the guys at RPA, which is all about trying to make sure that your QuickBooks, your HubSpot and your accounting manager are all talking to one another. Speaking of accounting manager, we went over to the accounting manager place, looking at what they're innovating, how they're pushing. Accounting manager is one of the key parts of us running our practice. And the fact that accounting manager pretty much stole the show in terms of what their roadmap looks like and what their items look like. And the fact that we were able to launch something literally on the week of Accountex itself gives you a great sense of wow when it comes to what we actually learned from there. We had a great chat with a company called Crezo, which is all about making sure that when it looks at trying to make payments and making sure that payments are being made, that they're having that opportunity to make it as seamless as possible. And that's where I think you're going to see a lot of innovation coming forward, because at the end of the day, we can only take, or QuickBooks can only take the solution so far based on what they can do with the resources they've got. But if you look at all these other different opportunities that can connect in, using the ecosystem, using the apps that are available, means we're going to see a lot of power there. We saw on this video not long ago, we saw on this channel, We saw on this channel not too long ago the power of being able to put something like Zettle and QuickBooks together. Those two working together makes a better experience for everyone. Well, the fact that you've got people like Crezo, you've got that opportunity to work together. You've got other banking opportunities that seem to be finding ways in which they can enhance the experience that we get with QuickBooks. I spent a lot of time talking to Starling, for example, about what their issues are and what the issues we've had with them in the past, and they're giving me confidence of how they can solve them going forward. So I think that's the sort of thing where we're going to be looking at. It's those key partners to QuickBooks that are really going to give us that big end-to-end solution that's going to make our life so much easier. Guys over at KPM, going to see those guys, and they have again a really strong roadmap of how they're going to improve their product to make it worthwhile. So I do think that if we look at all these opportunities that we've got and look at the fact that those guys are having those chance to really build on their success, innovate, push forward, that's where I really do feel like we're going to have a really rosy time. Now, one of the things we've got to do as a channel, and here at this channel here, is we've got to make sure that you guys understand what is going out there in the world of these apps. That's where one of my announcements I am making today is the fact that the QuickBooks Labs podcast is going to be reformatted to give us that emphasis of what we're going to be doing going forward. We're going to make it into more of a panel, give an opportunity for more people to be involved in it, and give it a platform for people to showcase exactly what they are wanting to showcase. And I'm really excited for that going forward. Overall, what I got out of this event was the fact that QuickBooks Online and all the other solutions are definitely starting to really mature and be able to get to a point where the solutions there are there to stay. And they are going to be looking at ways to enhance and to deliver and to be able to bring to fruition some of the end goals that we've always wanted to be able to achieve as accountants. That whole idea of having real-time information makes it really easy for us to put data, makes us really easy to make decisions for clients, and ultimately for you guys as end users, give you the chance to be able to actually make the most out of the software as much as possible. But what's given me lots and lots of hope just by going through and seeing all the great stuff that all the work of the people out there are doing is the opportunity for us to be able to see exactly what the next stage of that's going to be. And one slightly huge barrier that's in the way is that at the moment there seems to be a disconnect between apps being able to connect for the likes of QuickBooks and the likes of the banks on a regular basis and a standard basis. But once we kind of streamline those so that any app that is secure, any app that does everything correctly, and any app that's really looking to innovate and be able to make the most out of that data can connect to these points a lot quicker, a lot easier, means we're going to get a lot more out of it. So stay tuned to this channel because we've got a lot of content to cover now that we've been through that. We've got a lot of elements we need to be making sure that we're putting out there to everything else. And we need to be making sure that you guys who watch this channel get to see exactly what's going on. So keep an eye on this channel, keep an eye on the podcast QuickBooks Labs, and I promise you there are some really important innovations coming forward as well. And as we were speaking to some of those providers as well, we found some really fun ways to actually get that content over to you. And I think that, to me, is going to be where it gets really, really, really important and impressive. So, my name's been Aaron Patrick. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure to do this video for me. Let me know below, did you go to Accountex? Did you see me? Did you see any of the other people out there? What did you think to Accountex this year? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Do come over to me. Also, did you win the QuickBooks Ultimate Prize of this year? Was that cafe machine? If you did, get in touch because I would love to do a mini review on that one just for fun and just to see how that goes. When it came to the swag this year, most of the time it was all to do with socks, which I'm not going to complain about. But I did get myself a really fancy glass bottle, which I'm really, really happy about actually. As you see, Capium came in with the swag as well. And I also got myself a nice little charging element as well. So what did I learn out of Accountex 2022? The future is definitely bright. Got some great innovations going out there. And we got to see Ash as well. So anyone who knows the podcast will know that Ash was there enjoying his net tracker experience as he was involved, had a startup zone area, and looked absolutely wicked. So Accountex 2022 is over. Digital Accounting Show is just around the corner. So hopefully I will see you there. My name's been Aaron Patrick. It's always been a pleasure to see you. like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You guys have been brilliant, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark, I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. All the way that I feel, yeah, I know that it's real, 'cause I can get him out of my head. I don't care what we do, everything's feeling new. Even if we stay in bed, my heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. You know I want him, nah, 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 nah. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. Hello and thank you for watching that video. What you may not know is this channel that you've watched this video from is part of a wider group. That wider group is called Apple Core Production, and the 3 channels that we have involved are as follows: Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks Chat, Boffix Tax Tip. Finally, we have Apple Core Live and Geeky. All the links and everything are down below in the description, but it really means a lot to us if you can go and give a like to the other channels as well.